Hello all and welcome back. Thank you yet again for the love and support on yesterday's video. Seriously appreciate that. If you did miss it, it was a video covering the sort of key differences between Hedera and Algorand, and particularly how Hedera can benefit enterprises for long-term scalable solutions stretching out into the future, which aligns perfectly, obviously, with this channel in terms of a long-term play over the coming weeks, months and years in the crypto space. Talking about the majority of the markets today, green across the board for most projects, which is brilliant to see. And we are starting to see a bit of an uptrend. Obviously, this video is going to cover some more news on Hedera, also some very, very bullish news on Stellar Lumens or XLM. Obviously, something I've covered on the channel many times in the past, and I've reiterated some of my buying points over the last few weeks, if not months at this point, as this downtrend has spanned 8 to 9 weeks or so. So crypto bubbles, majority of the stuff is looking green. I'm still looking to add to some of these positions. Obviously, Hedera still really hasn't recovered. XLM is still not moving particularly much just yet. Engine, plenty of other projects that I'm still buying up into. As I've said before, though, what I tend to do is a buy on red days, sell on green days, if I've got some profit there. If I quickly flick over and we just look at what's happened with Bitcoin then, as I have said previously, we printed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 weeks in a row of red candles to the downside. So that's a continuation or continuous 9-week downtrend. And thankfully, finally, which I had said in the comments of some of my videos, was really looking to see a green candle get printed at the close of the week. So Sunday just sort of gone, we saw a close in the green, so that's broken that 9-week downtrend, and we're now sitting firmly above that $30,000 threshold. And this begins to align back in with those Bitfinex whale long positions I kept talking about for massive amounts of open interest on long positions and very, very small short positions against it, so, i.e. signaling that they believed the bottom was in or nearing enough in for them to be comfortable to take those long positions. If we flick over and have a quick look at CoinGlass, two key metrics here. I just wanted to spend a couple of minutes or 30 seconds or so looking at the Binance liquidations and the Binance open interest and volume. Obviously, Binance being one of the biggest exchanges by trading volume, if not the biggest, might actually be FTX. Very large exchange though. What we can see over the last couple of days though, particularly the last 2 days or so, is okay, there's been an increase in long position liquidations, but a small increase. However, the short position liquidations has almost doubled over a span of a day. So from 22 million short positions to 53 million short positions liquidated. So this is people getting stopped out of their short positions because they were betting that the price of Bitcoin was going to continue to fall. And we may see this continue to play out. If Bitcoin's price continues to increase, we may see a small short squeeze continuing to push that price upwards north. The other set of metrics I wanted to quickly focus on is the open interest and volume over on Binance. Now, open interest is the total number of outstanding derivative contracts, such as options or futures we mentioned previously, that have not been settled for an asset. Total open interest isn't actually every total buy and sell contract. However, one of the key metrics is an increase in open interest along with an increase in price typically confirms an upward trend. Similarly, an increase in open interest along with a decrease in price would tend to confirm a downward trend. So these things move in tandem, and you can sort of see where the markets are moving. And what we can see here is a massive spike in the blue line of the open interest from roughly $3.5 billion all the way up to north of $5 billion. And obviously the same with price, correlated directly with that moving upwards. So these metrics or sort of macro indicators could be signaling that we have seen the bottom for Bitcoin and there is light on the horizon, and this would confirm a lot of those analyst theories of the melt up. Obviously, mentioned many times in the past, this is still push and shove when it comes to where these markets will be going. Also, if we look at decentralized finance applications and total value locked, we have started to see the total value locked increase again after that meltdown that Luna caused in the markets, where loads of people pulled money out of platforms because they were worried about the integrity of them. We bottomed out at roughly 93 billion on the 28th of May, and we're now north of 100 billion again. So a few $1 billion added there to TVL pools, which is great to see as we're seeing that confidence come back to decentralized finance and the crypto space across the board. Jumping into some of that Stellar news. some really bullish news across the board for them at the moment. So MERCADO Bitcoin has just integrated USDC on Stellar, which was part of an SDF or Stellar Development Foundation press release. So as of today, customers on MERCADO Bitcoin, the largest platform for digital assets in Latin America, will have access to USDC issued on the Stellar network, which offers fast and affordable transactions. It is the first time that MERCADO Bitcoin platform has offered the same asset issued by different networks. Now with the possibility of transacting using USDC with lower fees, obviously Stellar or XLM having incredibly low fees, is actually a coin or token that's used a lot to transfer funds between exchanges because of how fast and low the fees are, and it's accepted by many different exchanges. The customer will be able to choose the network most suitable for their needs. Since 2014, the Stellar network has been offering safe and cheap transactions. In the first quarter of 2022, it processed an average of $8.6 million a day in payments. Currently, it has been one of the most chosen networks for payments, tokenization, and issuance of real assets. USDC on Stellar provides MERCADO Bitcoin customers both valuable interoperability and a truly borderless digital dollar. Obviously, really great news for Stellar and adoption. And the second piece of news that is very, very bullish for Stellar itself is that Moneygram CEO has just touted stablecoin remittances as well ahead of the Stellar blockchain-based platform launch. So when Moneygram's new service launches, the platform will be using USD coin. This is going to be USDC, I believe. The company will utilize the Stellar blockchain also to quickly move value around the globe. So the CEO of remittances giant Moneygram International said the firm is trying to be a bridge from the crypto world to the fiat world. And one of their first steps in doing this is going to be by using XLM. MoneyGram is preparing to launch a service based on Stellar blockchain, which would leverage stablecoins to carry out remittances, according to a Sunday Bloomberg report. During an interview, Holmes admitted that the world of crypto and the world of fiat are not really compatible today, but promised that the firm is trying to move the two closer together. MoneyGram's new service launches. The platform will be using USD coin, USDC, the stablecoin jointly launched by fintech Circle and crypto exchange Coinbase Global on the Stellar blockchain to quickly move value around the globe. The company would then allow users to cash out the stablecoins for fiat currency through its own network. The move comes amid heightened regulatory scrutiny after major cryptocurrency Terra collapsed and lost, well, 100% of its value pretty much. What we can see here is this is also a nod to hot topic at the moment, the ISO 222 compliance that we spoke about in yesterday's video and the video before that. XLM being one of the tokens that is ISO 222 compliant because it has to be, because it is in the remittances world and isn't a layer 0/layer 1. So massive nod towards them facilitating that regulatory scrutiny. Interesting tweet over here as well about the altcoin market. So still looking at the macro sentiment, altcoin market has also been printing a flat for the last year, obviously in tandem with Bitcoin, right on top of the prior all-time high. Just as with the previous primary impulse, weekly RSI now at the same level as the end of C in 2018's primary correction. So similar to what I showed in yesterday's video regarding Bitcoin, the RSI for the wider altcoin space seems to be bottoming out around the same sort of level it did previously at the bottom of the last correction around 2018. So another signal indicating that we could be very close to seeing the bottom here. Of course, I still advise against going all in. Obviously, you can do whatever you want. I tend to dollar cost average into these positions and take advantage of the volatility within the markets. More bullish news about crypto acceptance across the board. Tower Bank in Panama, a top 30 banking institution, has just declared itself Bitcoin and cryptocurrency friendly. More institutions coming on board. Fidelity is also planning to hire 110 blockchain experts by year end as it expands beyond Bitcoin related services. So obviously this is them nodding to the fact that they are moving into the cryptocurrency space. And this links up nicely with that piece of information I mentioned about KPMG and them pouring a lot of money into headcount for sort of digital service personnel that could help support this growing ecosystem. Flicking over, Honeycomb digital investment firm Baxter Hines took a look at Luna, saw its flaws and rejected it. They also did a deep dive on Hedera, saw its utility, competitive advantage and the scarcity of Hbar, consequently made it their largest crypto holding. So huge holding by them of Hbar, and they pushed away other projects like Luna. This again should reinforce the fact that you are holding a blue chip project that many different institutions and investors see a lot of potential in, particularly in that enterprise space, for the many reasons I've outlined previously: speed, scalability, reliability, security, etc. News just in as well, Ledger has finally integrated Hbar. So the latest coin to be added to Ledger Live is Hedera's native coin Hbar. That's right, you can now send and receive Hbar and buy with MoonPay via Ledger Live Desktop. Obviously MoonPay as well being integrated directly into Hashpack. This is obviously very, very great news, and you guys can now start hodling your Hbars over on a Ledger. Unfortunately, there is no Hedera token service support, so that means tokens built on top of Hedera, such as DOVU, CLXY, Source, for example, cannot be stored on a Ledger as of yet. Hopefully we start seeing those get supported by Ledger. They do appear to be listening to the community, and it's brilliant to see. Great announcement here as well from SoloCC. T-minus 7 days, they have an announcement, so hopefully we see something bullish coming out of the CLXY platform. I've got a dedicated video over on the channel of not only how to buy the CLXY tokens and store them in your Hedera wallets, but also what the platform does, and is looking to do in the future. Really great use case built directly on top of Hedera, not utilizing any other services, which is fantastic to see. The Hedera 22 hackathon contestants have come out. I can't remember who one of the main winners was, but DOVU themselves, so Flying Gazelle and Charlie Go, as well as 𝗥𝗘𝗙𝗘𝗥𝗦 for their wins at the Hedera 22 hackathon. I did actually tweet saying check out their project. It was a very interesting one. I'll try and leave that link down in the description, but big props to these guys for submitting that and also coming away with some awards. Obviously, the dev team at DOVU are highly, highly talented, as we have seen through what they've done with the DOVU platform anyway on top of Hedera, and I have no doubts that they will continue to go from strength to strength. Cannot wait to be able to buy up more DOVU once the DEXs go live. It's really what I think many people are waiting for, and we will see that token price begin to spike accordingly as that demand can actually be facilitated. At the moment, obviously, the whole hash port Ethereum to HTS is pretty convoluted. That being said, there is obviously a video over on this channel showing you guys how to do that if you wish to do so, although there are lots of different fees involved, unfortunately. That wraps up this video. Different news from across the markets. Really important to look at that macro stance. Hopefully we start seeing some more momentum pick up throughout the cryptocurrency markets, and we may just still see a blow off top in 2022 if all goes according to plan. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like, drop a comment if you've got something to say. I do try and respond to a lot of you. Be careful, there are lots of different bots, unfortunately, in my comments at the moment. I'll obviously never ask you to message me on any kind of service whatsoever. Until then, I'll catch you in the next one. Cheers.